Hey everybody, it's your friendly neighborhood DJ Jazz Hands here at Anime Getaway with
Brina Palencia
and Trina Nishimura.
And they are voice actors, and we're going to be getting to talk to them for a little bit. So guys, easy question to go by. How'd you get started in voice acting?
Well, I was actually a fan of anime before I started, so I was familiar with Funimation. And at the time, it was much easier to get an audition with the open call line that they have. So I just had to wait a few months. I think nowadays you have to wait like 2 years. And I just auditioned and kind of went from there.
Kind of the same story. So I started a long time ago when it was far easier to get in. I knew an engineer at Funimation, and he told me about the audition. And I auditioned, and here I am.
That's awesome. So you guys have both done fantastic, like really big works in your field. So how was it going into Attack on Titan? Did you know how big of a fan base it was when you were going in? I mean, what was that like?
Starting with Attack on Titan was really, really exciting. It does have a massive fan following, and it's such a fun show, and it explores all different kinds of gender roles and societal issues that I think are really interesting. So it's a lot of pressure, I suppose, like not letting people down. But it was really fun, and I'm very lucky to have had the opportunity.
Awesome. Now, same with, One Piece. When you first got One Piece, did you know, it's going to be a huge anime? I mean, Tony Chopper is one of my favorite characters of all. Did you know what was going in, and how was that whole process like for you, and how's it been for you?
Yeah, well, I mean, the audition process for One Piece in general was more intense than I think any other anime I've auditioned for. Typically, you audition once, and you either get it or you don't. With One Piece, they had everybody audition up to 5 or 6 times. So I knew it was a really big deal. And I knew all about the fan base and everything. So again, yeah, it's a lot of pressure, but I was really honored to get to be a part of it.
That's awesome. So kind of going back to you, Trina. Now, you were a part of Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. What was that like? Kind of on the same with like Attack on Titan. What was that like for you, getting able to not only play something where you knew the fan base was already going to be huge because it's Fullmetal Alchemist, but getting to play a new character in this awesome, real big world?
Same, I mean, you go into any show and you audition and you hope for the best and you hope you get cast. And then when you do get cast, then it's like, oh, now I have this responsibility to stay true to the characters, stay true to the storyline, and just kind of reimagine, the reimagining of Fullmetal Alchemist was so exciting and such an amazing storyline that it was just really exciting and nerve-wracking a bit to be part of it.
That's awesome. Now, I also got to ask, I have a show called Dead Air where we talk about Walking Dead. Last Sunday's epic Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. So I got to ask, how did that whole Walking Dead, how did you get involved with the Walking Dead, and how did that all come about?
I mean, it's the same way that actors get anything. We audition and we hope for the best. So I sent in an audition. It was actually a taped audition. It wasn't in person. So I sent a taped audition to the casting director. I was honestly just honored to get to audition for it because not everybody gets to audition. But luckily for me, it was the same regional casting director that cast me for a show called Starcrossed right before. So yeah, I just auditioned, and I did not expect to get cast. But when I did, it was like, I was actually in a CVS, and I had to sit down in the middle of the aisle because I was like, what did you just say? Oh my God. Yeah, it was a total dream come true because I watch the show, I read the comics, I'm a huge Walking Dead fan, so it was a really big deal for me.
That is awesome. So now, kind of on that same little wavelength, when you got the script, did they say, hey, your character, it might be this, or was it like, hey, you're not going to make it at the end of this episode? What was that like?
I knew I wasn't going to make it till the end of the episode, so there was no surprise there, but it was like a little, I didn't know how I died because they only gave me the piece of the script that I spoke in. So I didn't even know what all happened in the episode until it came out. So I was a little bit, there's still a little bit of mystery around it until I watched it all unfold.
That's awesome. So is there any work coming up for both you guys that you can kind of talk about? It's coming up soon.
I'm trying to, it's hard for us because we sign NDAs, so it's hard to know like what has actually been announced and what hasn't. We're both in My Hero Academia.
Yes, My Hero Academia is such a great show. Oh, cool. Yeah.
So that, I'm sure that'll come out on DVD at some point. I know it's on the Funimation website. Yeah. And then Snow White with the Red Hair is also on the Funimation website.
That's a good one.
That's a really good show. I love it so much. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I can say anything else. Yeah.
I can't talk about anything else right now. I'm like, oh, I can't say it. So like
something will pop in my head, and I'm like, no, that's not been announced yet. No,
not time yet.
There are things happening for sure.
Right?
We can say that for sure.
Awesome. So, okay, last question. Is there any advice you could give for anybody that's looking to become a voice actor or wanting to become a voice actor? Any advice you can give to anybody?
Just act as much as you can. What people tend to misconstrue with the voice actor title is that it's all about the voice. That's an important aspect, but it's way more important that you can act and understand how to emote with that voice and understand what the character's motives are and what their tactics are for getting the things that they want. And that all comes from doing theater, doing student films, just getting any opportunity to be able to act in any art form is it's by far the best advice I can give.
I think the best advice I could give as far as voice acting or acting in general is get comfortable with the word no, because you're going to hear the word no like a billion times more than you ever hear the word yes, but that one yes makes all those no's worth it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys so much. This is Jazz Hands at Anime Getaway 2016, and it's been an honor, guys. Seriously. Thank you. Bye.